We begin with breaking news. A wildfire has erupted in the mountains above Azusa, and multiple cabins have already been destroyed.
And a very dangerous situation for a firefighting helicopter. You can see it right there when pilots were forced to make an emergency landing near a reservoir after the helicopter possibly hit some wires. We are happy to report that everyone on board is okay. Welcome to the KTLA 5 News at 3 o'clock. I'm Mark Mester in for Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Let's go straight to the fire line above Azusa. That's where we find Tim Lynn. He's in Sky 5. Tim.
Well, it's been a real battle for these guys here. United States Forest Service in control of this fire as it's working its way up Highway 39 from Rincon Red Box Road. This is just north of the Morris Dam area for you folks familiar with the area. It was burning on the east side of Highway 39, and then quickly they were trying to hold it on that as Highway 39 is a fire break to the west. But just as we left about 30 minutes ago to get fuel, came back, it has jumped that line, has now went up the hill to the west. So now they have a pretty good sized fire running uphill on the west side, as well as a pretty good sized fire up on the east side, really getting a rapid rate of spread going on. It's being aided by the winds coming out of the south at about 8 knots, and as they get in the canyons, they pick up a little speed as they get that Venturi effect between the canyons, working their way up, as well as the weather that the fire itself makes and the different the vectors of the winds down here as they come in. But they have firefighting helicopters here from the state and also from Los Angeles County firefighters are here with helicopters making water drops in there. We saw one cabin completely burned to the ground at the beginning of this fire. It started about 1:15 at about 1 or 2 acres, and then quickly took off, and now is at about 25 acres and above, and growing very, very quickly. So very bad fire up here, up Highway 39 above Azusa, as United States Forest Service fights this on the ground and in the air. But right now, no containment that we can see it has been done at this time. But you can see the flame links getting a lot of dry brush down there, a lot of fuel going along here. So it's going to be a fight for them until they can get the tankers in here, start painting a Phos-Check line around this fire to stop its spread here. So I'll send it back down to you in the studio.
Tim, quick question. You showed a highway there. I'm assuming that's Highway 39. Do you have any information about road closures?
Well, I can guarantee you Highway 39 is closed. It's got fire on both sides of it as it comes up. If you don't have business up here, do not come up Highway 39. And for the folks that are living up in here, as we heard from U.S. Forest Service officials, evacuations are advised because of the rapid rate of spread of this fire working its way up the hill. There are many houses up Highway 39 here in the hills and up in the mountains. So we always saw that one go, but this fire is not being checked right now, but is burning very rapidly uphill. You see right there is Eliana Moreno is showing you a very heavy fire load on the west side of the fire here, working up the hill. And as it gets through that area, it's going to get some heavier brush at the top. You see that dark smoke right there as I bring Sky 5 around back to the west. You see that dark smoke right there. That means it's getting into fuels that are very old and have a lot of oil in them. And when it does that, it gets very, very hot. And with that heat comes those embers that will then get ahead of the fire, spotting out sometimes up to a half mile ahead of the fire. So that just causes it to grow just that much quicker. And as I bring it around, and once it gets into that, past that little green spot right there, it's really going to take off up a hill. And from there, it's all uphill up towards the top of the ridge. And so they're going to have to get something on this side to knock that down. I'm seeing a firefighter tanker come in now, one of the bigger tankers, the BAE 146, just one underneath this. It's working on the south side of the fire. We'll keep an eye out for that as it starts to make its run. But I can see Phos-Check lines on the east side of the fire. They've got it checked off there as best they can, but this west side is the side that's really taken off on them, and they're putting their efforts over here with the air units and as well as the helicopters down below making their water drops. But started very small, but grew very rapidly here since 1:15.
All right, Tim Lynn, thank you so much. And of course, Tim's going to keep his eye on it from Sky 5, and we'll keep our eye on it as well. We've got a ground crew on the way, too.
And we also have a brand new update with this fire that you're looking at right now. We're told by LA County Sheriff's Department officials this afternoon that the Coldbrook Campground and Crystal Lake Campground have both been evacuated. The only evacuation orders that we know about, as you just heard from Tim Lynn aboard Sky 5, his assumption, it is very likely that Highway 39 is completely shut down, at least where the fire is burning, at Rincon Red Box Road. The big question we want to answer this afternoon, of course, is what is the weather doing? We've been talking about the excessive heat that's in the Southland right now. Casey Montoya is covering that angle of this fire. Casey, what's the latest?
Yeah, you know, this is not good news for firefighters. The weather is doing exactly what they do not want it to be doing this afternoon. It's dry. Humidity is only about 20% out there right now. Winds out of the southwest at 8 to 10 miles an hour with gusts up to 15. But as you heard Tim explain, in those canyon areas, the fire spreads a lot faster because of that topography, though. Gusts tonight, though, expected to get even stronger. So weather tonight not going to be any better for firefighters as they continue to battle this. Temperatures outside right now, it's 104 in Azusa, where you saw that fire burning right now. 102 in the high desert. 103 right now in Van Nuys. 106 degrees in Chino right now. Wind speeds, we've seen some breezy conditions. These are the current speeds outside right now. Some breezy around 10 to 20 miles an hour. And as we take you further along this afternoon, you can see some of those wind speeds do pick up, but then they will die down by the time it gets dark this evening. So we do have to pay attention to these humidity and winds. We also have the chance of still seeing some thunderstorms. We'll talk about all that coming up.
All right, Casey, we'll see you in just a few minutes. And don't forget, you can check your 5 Live weather wherever you go. Go to the App Store on your phone and download the 5 Live weather app. It's available on Google Play, also Apple App Store. It has everything from radar to satellite images, as well as an extended forecast, plus much more.
Meantime, fire